Hi, welcome to phase 5 of Mire Learn Korean in 40 Days. Welcome. And up until now, you've done phases 1 through 4 and you have obtained all the tools and tricks needed to read and understand any of True Parents' words on your own in Korean, such as reading Korean, learning the essential grammar and vocabulary of True Parents, and having real-time practice of reading Korean. And now, in this next phase, in phase 5, you will practice the art of apprehending any Hundok material, any of True Parents' speeches. So this is very exciting, so let's begin. In this part, you will learn how to look at any Korean text or speech and know exactly how to deconstruct it, including unfamiliar new vocabulary that you don't know and unfamiliar grammar structures. Specifically, you will be studying the Cheonryuk National Anthem, which True Mother has requested us to learn as a starting point for learning Korean. Here are some very important things to keep in mind when reading Korean text. So number 1 is Korean sentences allow for the absence of words. For example, subjects, objects, verbs, adjectives. It allows for absence of the word if it is explicitly implied in the sentence. Meaning, sometimes in Korean we'll get rid of a word in the sentence and omit it basically because the listener already knows that it's implied. For example, in the sentence 나는 밥을 먹었다 is equally understood as 밥을 먹었다. In the second example, the 나는, which means I, was omitted. It was taken out, but still understood in the same way, meaning I ate rice, but it was taken out. In other words, you can omit the subject or the object or the verb or whatever if it's already known what it's talking about. This is very different from English. In English you have to say I ate rice. If you can't take out any of them. You can't say ate rice. You can't omit the I. You have to say I ate rice. It's very different, but in Korean, if it's implied or already known, you don't have to say it necessarily. So when you're reading Korean, you might notice that sometimes a word or a subject or object is missing and you don't know where it went. You can see by looking at maybe the sentence before that, you can see what the subject or object is that's being implied rather than being confused of where's the object or where the sentence. So vital tip number 2 for reading any Korean is looking up new words. So when reading True Parents' words, you will inevitably run into many words that you don't know or you never studied or never learned. And you can use the following method to search English definitions for unknown Korean words. Step 1. Use an online dictionary or electronic dictionary to search unknown Korean words. Online dictionaries may be preferred for easy access. Translate.google.com does a good job at translating only words and not for translating full sentences. Don't translate full sentence because it becomes very awkward. You should also get a Korean dictionary app if you have a smartphone. I recommend that. That's what I use. Step 2, in looking up new words, store the newly discovered word in your own list of Korean words, kind of like a word bank. It's very important to have your own word bank of Korean words. Storing new words in a Word document on your computer in a document or in a notebook may be preferred for easy editing or for easy accessing. Step 3, be sure that you are up to date with your vocab list by frequently revisiting the list, at least once per week. Always go back to the list and make sure that you know them all by heart and that you're at that point where you can look at it and just know the meaning of it automatically without even translating in your head. So vital step number 3 is looking up new grammar rules. The 56 grammar rules you learned are fundamental for reading most Korean texts, but sometimes there will be grammar rules that are unfamiliar. When that time comes, refer to the following website when you come across any unknown grammar structures. Now, for days 35 and 36, you will be actually using the tools that you've learned in this phase to deconstruct these sentences. They are the lyrics for the Cheonryuk National Anthem. And once you finish deconstructing and understanding and analyzing and looking up these new words that you don't know, there are some words you don't know, so keep that in mind. After you've done that, then you can move on to the senior thesis, which is the final part of this phase. So this is the assignment for your senior thesis of this course. So if you can complete this assignment with a dictionary, only a dictionary and the knowledge you've obtained through this book, then you're ready for graduation. So what you're going to do is you're going to read and understand these 3 sentences from the 천성경 during days 37, 38, and 39 in your book. So once you've completed the senior thesis for this course, congratulations. You're now allowed to move on to the last day, which is day 40. Alright, so this is the last day, day 40 of the book. Congratulations on completing this course, and I sincerely applaud you for putting forth your best effort to learn True Parents language, and more importantly, the amazing depth and truth of True Parents words are now within your grasp. And the final phase, which is phase 6, the next phase in the next video, it is not an ending to your study of True Parents language, but rather it's a continuation. The exciting thing is there is no end to the phenomenal world of True Parents words, the words of Messiah. And the good news is you've just completed a substantial jump, a substantial leap to completely understanding the language and culture of True Parents. Your adventure of delving into the deep heart of the Korean language and culture has just begun. With that said, I applaud you for taking an enormous step to further your study of True Parents language and culture. And in conclusion, in the words of our True Father, Mire, let's continue to strive for the future.